harmonize and align with the Call for the Truth Divination Deck. Feeling the connection. I feel it up my arms. I feel the connection in my brain. I feel it in my heart.
We feel it too.
The Freedom Georgia Initiative's mission is to upend the racial health, wealth, and opportunity gaps that keep millions of Black Americans from sharing in our country's prosperity and realizing their personal potential. And they believe that we must create a new community infrastructure that builds on equalitarian practices, innovative technology, and economic development, with a focus on building Black businesses in an effort to create a thriving safe haven for Black families that can be replicated across the United States of America and make a positive, lasting impact for future generations. Their core values are simple: peace, prosperity, and protection for Black people and our community.
5,
I can
4,
go with that.
So, and of the sun.
In Lakesh and Veritas, everyone, sending you the frequencies of oneness and truth with honor, respect, and gratitude. We welcome you to the Of the Sun's weekly SUNCAST podcast, where we cover evolutionary topics that are focused on expanding ourselves and humanity to becoming the frequency of truth and moving ourselves into oneness. We're coming live from the frequency of one mind. We have LaOta of the Sun, the guiding force and architect of the vibrant organism, providing Of the Sunners wisdom and guidance so that they may find the truth and be free. I am Tavares of the Sun, certified instructor and practitioner of the Sun modalities, and creative director behind Of the Sun's artwork, programs, and sessions. We greet you in Lakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude.
And we'd like to begin our program today, as always, by calling for the truth. Will you join me, all of you who are listening, to call for the truth? Shall we call for the frequency of truth? Shall we call to see the truth in everything that we are looking at? Shall we call to hear the truth in everything that is said to us, everything that comes into our auditory network? Shall we call to have the courage to speak the truth? Shall we call for the frequency of truth to come into our experience? Make this so, and so it is.
Now that we're all truthed up, I know the viewers are like, there's a third person, and they're all wearing orange, right?
They're all wearing orange.
Yeah, so it's Sacral Week, or
Yes.
Sacral Month,
It is Sacral Month,
and we have a special guest today.
which we welcome. We're so happy to have her here.
Yeah, so everyone, this is Laura. She is actually the CEO of the Freedom Georgia Initiative, and she also happens to be our neighbor as well. How fortunate are we?
Yes.
So before we give you the floor, I'd just like to read their mission statement here. And just even before that, what they're doing resonates so deeply. One, this is led by the Divine Feminine.
Yes.
You already know we're all about that, so you'll hear the rest in this mission statement. So the Freedom Georgia Initiative's mission is to upend the racial health, wealth, and opportunity gaps that keep millions of Black Americans from sharing in our country's prosperity and realizing their personal potential. And they believe that we must create a new community infrastructure that builds on equalitarian practices, innovative technology, and economic development, with a focus on building Black businesses in an effort to create a thriving safe haven for Black families that can be replicated across the United States of America and make a positive, lasting impact for future generations. Their core values are simple: peace, prosperity, and protection for Black people and our community. I can get with that.
So, and Of the Sun is definitely in harmony with all of that. So welcome and thank you so much. It's so wonderful to know that we are resonating and in an experience not only in our thoughts but actually in our locale with others who are moving forward to do things. Would you tell us a little bit about what you're doing, how you got started? Tell us a little bit about this.
So the Freedom Georgia Initiative was founded by my best friend Ashley Scott and her best friend Renee Walters. We all came together with 19 other families and decided to purchase a piece of land in Toomsboro, Georgia, which is in Wilkinson County, just south of Atlanta. And We purchased this land last year in July. We purchased 96.71 acres. Just at that moment, we were thinking about our immediate families, the protection of our husbands, our male children, and all of those that are connected to us. But it blew up really quickly and went across every media outlet that you could imagine in the United States and abroad. And with that thought process, it led us to further look at our mission and make a decision to purchase more land. So we purchased another 400 acres in October. So now we have 502 acres, and we are getting ready to plan out a community for our Black community and our allies, those that are in alignment with understanding that we do need to be protected, that we do need to figure out a way to build generational wealth as we continue this journey through this life. So that's where we are. That's our mission, and our goal is to start breaking ground as early as first part of next year.
This is really exciting for so many reasons. Of course, it's needed. Self-preservation is the first law. It is the first universal law, that you must preserve yourself. This is an act of preserving self, and it's being led by women who are the polarity of creation that protects. That's what a woman does. She gestates, she protects, she brings it forward, and is a force to be reckoned with. So we are very happy to be aligned with that. We have also discussed the things that we do at OfTheSun, the clearing practices and the things that we are doing at OfTheSun that can assist with a great deal of protection. So the Georgia Initiative, the Freedom Initiative, is in sync with that as well, and we are happy to bring them forward. And we hope that we'll be having many other dialogues with them that you can join into. Today, we have something very special to present to you. Today, we are introducing for the very first time our Divination Deck and book, which is a companion to my release of my new book, Call for Truth, that's on the website. That's a digital download, and that will be available shortly in a hard form for you to receive. So we have designed another small book that's an instruction book. We have a beautiful velvet bag that holds a deck of cards and the book. And these cards have been made to our specifications. They've been cut to the numerical design, the exact numbers of what the dimensions are. They've been colored the way we wanted them colored. We've used quotes from all of my talks and books, and we've also layered these with numerology, with sacred geometry, and they are really exciting. So this will be the first time we ever show these. They are available for pre-order. They will be shipping out next week. And today Laura has come by so that we can show how the cards work. So Laura, would you like for one of us to pull the cards for you the first time, and then you can do them the second time?
Yes.
So what happens in this situation is that we ask the cards a question, and then we lay out the cards. The difference between this deck and all other decks is that it doesn't require deep interpretation, although you can go deeper into each thing in the small booklet that accompanies it. Tavares, will you do us the honors of pulling the cards for Laura? So Laura will have to tell us a question that she has. Once she tells us the question, Tavares will take the book, the deck of cards, shuffle the cards, and then lay them out. And there are many different configurations. So we can do a 1 card, we can do a 3 card, we can do a 9 card. I think we should start with a 3 card.
I agree. Keep it simple.
So I'm going to give Laura a book, and you have a book too, so you can see.
So again, as LaOta was saying, the neat thing about this book is it gives you the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s on exactly how to use these cards, and they're fairly simple. It also gives a breakdown of each correspondent. So like she said, all the information's layered. You have the chakras, you have the platonics, you have the numerology. So we're going to kick things off with the process of,
It's in the back of the book.
I would say, going to page 14, the deck instructions. So again, these cards are the call for the truth. So essentially whatever question that we're asking, we want to know the truth. We want to allow the divine to come forth and share with us what we must know, what insight we must have. And specifically with this 3-card spread, we're looking into the past, the present, and the future regarding the truth or the nature of this circumstance or situation. So we'll begin by knocking 3 times, clear the energy. And then we want to attune or harmonize with the deck. So here at OfTheSun, we understand that everything is consciousness. So we're going to talk to the deck. Ask the deck to be on board. So simply saying, I ask to harmonize and align with the Call for the Truth Divination Deck. Feeling the connection. I feel it up my arms. I feel the connection in my brain. I feel it in my heart.
We feel it too.
Yes. And if you're viewing, you can still tune into this because there is no separation within time and space. Then we want to preface before we ask our question to call for the frequency of truth. So you may repeat this in your mind or aloud. Shall we call for the frequency of truth to come forward?
Shall we call for the frequency of truth to come forth?
Shall we call to see the truth?
Shall we call to see the truth?
Shall we call to speak the truth?
Shall we call to speak the truth?
Shall we call to hear the truth?
Shall we call to hear the truth?
In all things.
In all things.
Feel the truth
Yeah.
percolating through my body. So at this point, we want to ask our question. So what is it, Laura, that you would like to know the truth regarding?
And we need to speak up a little bit, and I hope we can we'll be able to get the cards for the camera.
The question I want to ask is in regard to my eldest daughter. Will we be able to mend our relationship?
Oh, this is excellent.
Just a heads up, as I'm shuffling, I'm calling for the truth. I'd say stop.
Yes. So you want to listen to the cards.
Okay, so we have our left, center, right for past, present, future.
This is the past.
It's hitting her already. We haven't even
This is the
started.
present. This is the future.
Okay.
So, would you like to read them, or would you like us to read them out loud for you?
You can read them out loud.
Okay, the first card, which is the past card, is freedom. As we free ourselves, we awaken the others that are asleep. That's the past. Now is the card of evolution. The higher frequencies disrupt the interference patterns that would rob us of our elevation. The universe will not be denied. Evolution will not wait. And then the future is fear. When coming from a point of fear, you don't see the solution. When coming from a point of strength, the solution comes forward.
That's good. That's good. Especially that evolution card, because that resonates with me right now, because I feel like I've been in this place where the universe has kind of tucked me away, and I'm only access is only being allowed by certain people. And so okay.
So
I accept that.
what do you think of the freedom one from the past? As we free ourselves, we awaken others that are asleep.
It's in alignment with everything that I'm doing. It's in alignment with this space that I've been in, because I've been in this space for probably about 2 years. And I believe that 2 years ago, that's where I was. I was in a place of further awakening. And it has been doing just that. So I completely like it. It really like resonates.
Well, normally we would recommend that when we do a card spread like this, the person take a picture, but this is going to be recorded, so you can always refer back to the video, and you can also send it to her.
And I think the fear thing definitely is, I'm always a mom before I'm anything. That feminine energy is always a part of me. I tend to be a little more masculine than most women, but I still have a lot of that feminine energy, and it's only really relatable to my children. So I feel like with this position that I've been in with her, it's kind of been making me fearful of what direction we're going
There
in.
you go. Yeah.
And so, but I know what the solution is, because everything comes so easy.
Yes, when I read again the fear card, it says, when coming from the point of fear, if you come from doing some things that take the edge off that fear, and when coming from a point of strength, solutions come forward.
Yes.
So does that help you?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I'd even like to touch on the freedom. As we free ourselves, we awaken the others that are asleep. And of course, Georgia Freedom Initiative.
Yes.
That's a given, which is so cool.
Yes.
But even on a deeper level, because the question was pertaining to your daughter, this idea of you working on you, freeing yourself of what's contributing to the rift in the relationship, which opens the gateway for her to move into freedom, especially because it's in the DNA.
Yes.
So I would like to read the additional information that's with each maxim.
Okay.
So LaOta has a tidbit of information that's associated with every maxim here to take you a little further.
So
Short and sweet.
Each maxim is a complete idea, but when we wrote the book, I added something to every statement also.
Okay. So for freedom, this is short and sweet. This is critical mass.
So in this case, what that means is that you take yourself with you everywhere you go. So if you go into Freedom Georgia Initiative, you take yourself into that. You take yourself into your relationship as a mother with your daughter. You take yourself into relationship with your grandchildren. Everywhere you go, you take yourself. So you are freeing not only yourself, but everyone else. It's very in Lakesh.
Yes.
We are all one.
The next one is short and sweet again. It's a lot of short sweetness going on. Resistance is futile.
So this one is with the idea of evolution. The universe has things for you to do. You were born to do certain things. There is nobody who can stop this. The universe will not wait. Resistance is futile. So whoever's resisting, y'all might as well stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the last card, fear binds to the limitation. That is the problem.
So this one is that when you are limited by fear, then fear conjoins with the limitation. Now you have double the limitation, double the fear. So as you move away from fear towards the solution, then everything opens up. Does that make sense to you?
It makes complete sense.
So we hope that this has answered that question. We'll offer you an opportunity to have another question if you would like, and you can pull for yourself or you can have someone else pull for you. There's a lot going on here, so you might want to have, have tomorrow's pull for you again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a second question?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can ask one.
And the cards are holographic. We have had the cards made so that they are holographic because we are holographic. OfTheSun is holographic. What holographic means that in every gram of a thing is the whole of it. So if you're reading someone's palm, the whole of their life is within the palm. If you're doing reflexology on their feet, the whole of the body of the organs is in the feet. If whatever you're doing, if you're reading someone's face, the whole of the person's experience is there, and every bit of it is the whole of it. We are the earth. We are the universe, and every bit of it is the whole of it. It is holographic. So we have made the cards the truth, which is holographic as well.
I love that you guys took and put all that thought into it, because that's so important. just to have all those elements of thought.
And there's more.
Speaking of thought, we worked with the intelligence of Thoth,
Yes.
the deity, who's all about alchemy, magic, numerology,
Fire.
yeah, to say the least, the tetrahedron, and going
The
into
Platonic solids are all about both. It's all about the Platonic solids.
Yes, ma'am. Going into deep meditation, connecting with this consciousness to bring forth all the layers appropriately. So everything was truly divine with developing this process.
And we have been giving it the proper sacred time and reverence and respect. Thank you, Beth.
All right, so that first question was really good.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm like one of those people who go for the gusto. I got one shot, let's get it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And very relatable, family circumstances and what's the truth of this.
Yeah.
So we'll go with our next one. So we clear the deck, and we've already called for the truth, so we're in that frequency already. So you may go ahead with
But
your
he
next
knocked
question.
on the cards to clear the deck of that question so that the next question will come forward. Pay attention to when the deck lets us know what should happen next. Sometimes cards jump out of the deck. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the deck just says, all right, everything's perfect,
All right.
Will the Freedom Georgia Initiative change the world?
Of the Sun, we do other kinds of readings as well. We do open up the Akashic record and read the energetic records of the universe for people and clients. We do have that on our website. But this is something that you can do yourself and get good information. But we do also offer universal record readings. We don't do psychic readings, but we do universal record readings because we really want the truth, not what the psychic's thinking.
Right.
Do we want to do 9 card this time?
I think to show our clients and the ones who are listening, this is a 9-card spread, which is past, present, future, and dimension.
No, I like to make them all neat.
And in order. I want you to know that the image that you're looking at is the Veritas symbol. This is the crop circle that represents truth. This particular symbol, and the feather is a traditional historical object that represents truth, a feather. You give a person a feather, you're like, I'm giving you the truth. So everything has meaning. Everything is, the blue color has to do with the throat chakra, with calling forth or sharing the truth outwardly. Everything has been considered.
Okay, so we're going to start with our baseline. 9 card spread's a little different. All the instructions for those who have interest in purchasing this deck, it's all there with spread examples. So we'll again start with our past, present, future. And then we have these higher and lower expressions, as LaOta mentioned, gives more dimensionality.
Okay.
I don't know if you all can see this in
expression of this, and the colors are very significant.
Yes, yeah, we haven't even gotten into that.
Yeah, we haven't
portion
talked
yet.
about the colors, but the colors are very significant. The gold is higher, the purple is higher frequencies, the red is self-preservation, the orange is sacral, which has to do with power, money, creativity. The green is heart. The blue is, again, throat chakra.
And we have this theme of freedom popping up
We
over
have
the
it.
spread
I love
again,
it.
and
I love it.
and it's orange.
Yes, and it's orange.
You can't make this stuff up. This is this also.
I love it.
So divine and alive. So
I'll
would
read
you like to?
I'll read the past. Is the biggest trick ever played on humanity is fear. The biggest trick ever played on humanity is fear. What do you think of that? It's
I
the
agree.
past.
I definitely agree.
And now we want to see what the future is. No, we'll go to now. Currently, the card that was pulled for current is belief. What this means is that you see and then wait, not wait and see. You don't sit by the window hoping something will happen. You see what you want to have happen, and then you wait till it manifests. That sound right for you for now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then the third card, which is the future, is motivation. And this one actually is a number 8, which is it's the world number. It's the energetic number for 1-800 for business all over the world. The 800 number, the 888 number. This is the 8 card. This has everything to do with material wealth, and it is, you were born for this time. It is time to awaken and remember. You were born for this time.
Wow.
So that is on this level. Now, the higher expression of that in the past was, no one ever became free without sacrifice. So you know what you had to do in the past to make this day come forward. And then the higher expression of the now is, you will see what you believe.
It's fascinating because it's a super reinforcement of the present center.
It is.
Yeah.
And then in the future higher level, we see love. Already, I have seen energetically that people are expressing great love for you. They see you as a savior. You're buying land, you're making a place. They see the need. They understand the first law. It's necessary. And that there's a huge outpouring of love in your direction. And so this card reads, love should look and feel like love. Control doesn't feel like love. Appeasement doesn't feel like love. Yelling doesn't feel like love. Manipulation does not feel like love. So all of those things that are not love you have seen as well. But that's the higher expression of love, is that love feels like love, and there is love coming your way. Thank you. Now on the lower expression, which is still excellent, in the past, we have the power to shift from unwanted vibrations to desired ones. So you went from where you were, which is not where you wanted to be. You had that power and you pushed through to the next card, which is freedom. It is never that the option for free choice is not there. It is just not exercised. So this is a lesson you have learned. That you can exercise what's in you and not wait. And the truth, which is the third card, is to know where you want to be, you need to know the truth about where you are now. So you had to come to terms with where you were to get to the truth of where you want to go. Is that true?
Absolutely.
So what do you think of this?
I think it's amazing. It definitely resonates. Like, I mean, it answered the question. It's all the things that myself and my partners talk about, you know, just as we dream of the future of freedom and, you know, put our hands to the plow to make all of this manifest. So it's like completely in alignment.
Well, we are so happy that you were the first one to be the example of how this amazing deck works. Many of the things that we have are original and have never been done before, and this is one of them. You don't need years of study of how to read a card. All you have to do is know how to read. If you know how to read, this deck is for you.
I thank you guys for allowing me to be the first one to explore.
You're welcome.
Because this is, I mean, yeah. Like, I was so excited when T told me the other night. I was like, oh my goodness. Then I got that text, and then he called. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like so excited.
We are so pleased to bring this forward. It's time for us to work towards the ending of our communication with you today, but we don't want to leave without discussing the power of the divine feminine coming into your world. OfTheSun.com has a new logo. We have a new logo with the divine feminine on it. And it is extremely powerful, and it can be used as healing for women. Just looking at it or having a card with it on there or stepping on the rug can give you the power that's needed to bring forth the honor and reverence and respect that you deserve. That is a part of this. This universe is feminine. That must be acknowledged. The balance has to be brought back, because where we are in the pandemic, in this vaccination situation, in our world presently that's on fire and flooding, has to do with the imbalance of not having women in the proper place. We call forward all of you who are on the line to call forth the power of the divine feminine to come back into our world so that we may be balanced. Let us all call for balance. We thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a pleasure to present this to you and the Georgia Freedom Coalition, or the Freedom Georgia Coalition Initiative.
And you can follow us at www.freedomfund21.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Location Veritas with honor, respect,
And gratitude.